This week on Channel 8 News, we look at Women's History Month, SISTAH, the African Student Organization, and more. Channel 8 News starts right now. Thank you for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Jackie Harding. Congratulations to the men's Bearcat basketball team on their first D2 national championship. After multiple student complaints about parking, UPD Police Chief Clarence Green confirms that Northwest students will not see more parking spots being made below or above ground. Statistically, there is enough parking spaces for on-campus residents and commuters. The real problem is that students do not want to park on the outskirts of campus. For more about on-campus parking, check out the Northwest Missourian website, nwmissourinews.com. Mitch Bomberger had the chance to look at spiritually involved sisters together achieving harmony, also known as SISTAH, who recently celebrated Sister Week. Mitch?
On Wednesday, the SISTAH organization put on a date auction at the Union to help fundraise their organization. I spoke with the assistant president of SISTAH, Jusani Jackson.
So this event is one of the many events that we had throughout the whole week. We have a Sister Week, which is just us putting on events to get our name out there, get people coming out so they can learn more about our organization. Tonight was day auction, so it was just having people come up and people can bid on them. I know that sounds funny or weird, but basically they bid on them and then they go on dates or whatever. So it's like a first date kind of thing, first date kind of situation.
This is not the first year that they have put together this fundraiser. In fact, it's been around for quite a while.
I know there's been more than at least 4, because there's people who are seniors now who said they happened their freshman year. So there's been more than like 4 or 5. So I don't know, I want to say this is probably 6, 7. We've been around for a while. So
SISTAH had something planned every night of the week to promote their organization.
Okay, so Monday we had karaoke night, and that was really fun. Everybody came out. You just pick your song, you get up there and sing. If you can't sing, you have fun. Dance. We had like a dance section in between or whatever. Tuesday was a movie night. We watched the movie Enough, and then we had a discussion afterwards. And then today is the date auction. Tomorrow is a discussion within the Black community, talking about unity and how to be out more and get people more involved throughout our community.
With the highest bid of the night being $75 and the lowest being $30, one would have to wonder what the organization will do with all the money.
So the money would end up going to, it will go back to SISTAH, but SISTAH will use it to branch out throughout the community, whether it's through community service or just the different branches that we do throughout the week, just to outreach. This is the only week that we collected money, the only event that we collected money.
The organization meets every Thursday at the First Lady Dining Room on the 3rd floor of the Student Union at 6 o'clock. This is Mitch Bomber reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Mitch. Maryville recently saw the opening of a craft store. For Looking at Farms is a locally owned creative craft store located on 805 South Main Street. The shop sells art supplies for scrapbooking, fabrics, home decor, and more. JCPENNY has announced the closing of 138 stores. As of last Friday, JCPENNY has confirmed that the Maryville JCPENNY is one that will be closing. Liquidation sales will likely begin in mid-April, and the store will close its doors sometime in June. After the recent closing of Route 21 in the Mary Mart Shopping Center on South Main Street, the Maryville community will see the space filled with another national chain. Shoe Sensation is the Indiana-based chain that will be looking to open in July. As we finish out the last week of Women's History Month, I had the opportunity to attend one of the many events put on this past month to celebrate Women's History Month.
The month of March is also referred to as Women's History Month. Northwest put on several different events to honor this month, such as putting on a Women in Business documentary, writing pieces on women in society, as well as having a few speakers. I sat down with a couple people to figure out what this month meant to them.
To me, Women's History Month is just a reminder of how far we already come as women and how many challenges and obstacles throughout history we've had to come together to push through. And I think that's a reminder going forward into the future on how powerful we can really be if we all stick together and embrace our womanhood.
Everyone has different takes on what Women's History Month means to them. It could be for education, power, or anything you could possibly think of. Women have come far in just the past few years, not to mention the past few decades.
Women's History Month means to me that women have a stronger impact to change the world.
We all have someone in our lives that means a great deal to us. Since it's Women's History Month, we chose a woman figure. This person could be someone who inspires you, or someone who is always there for you, or just someone who makes you want to lead others.
The most powerful woman in my life is my grandmother. My dad is the youngest of 7 kids, and she was a single mom for all 7 of them. So she worked lots of jobs, and they were really poor. But through all the struggles and challenges that she faced being a single mother, she never stopped trying, and she always gave her family everything they could ever possibly want and need, even though it was really difficult for her. So I really admire her ability to persevere and push through all the struggles in her life.
This woman could be your mom, your grandma, celebrity, or whatever woman means the most to you. Women's History Month is about empowering women to make a difference and show that we can keep moving forward.
The most influential woman in my life is my mom because she always pushes me to be the best person I can be and shows me what a strong woman is.
This month was dedicated to the women in history that have made an impact as to where women are today. Get ready for next March as Women's History Month will be here again. This has been Jackie Harding reporting for KNWT Channel 8.
We'll be right back after this with an in-studio guest. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Jackie Harding. This week is African Student Organization Week. We have a guest with us in studio to discuss the importance of the African heritage as well as some events they will be hosting this week.
Hi, I'm Etima Eteomo.
So can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and your background and how you came to Northwest?
Well, I'm from Nigeria, and when I was applying to schools in the US, I had a variety of schools to apply to and pick from, and I picked Northwest because they offered a scholarship, which was good.
Why was the African Student Organization started?
Well, it was started by Jusani Jackson, who began it as a safe space for the African student population of Northwest to come together and commune and relax and feel at home, pretty much.
Why is it important to students who aren't from Africa?
Well, people kind of have ideas of what Africa is like and the stereotypes and stuff like that. So we kind of have events set up to educate people and, broaden people's ideas of what Africa is.
What events can students look forward to that are going throughout this week?
Monday we have the African Zumba, pretty much people coming and exercising, but like with African songs and some African moves. On Tuesday we have African education, so we have a lecture and people just come and listen. And on Wednesday we have the African fashion show, where we have designs and it's modeled and people also taste. There's a tasting of African foods. And on Thursday we have the African game show, so we're going to give out prizes and stuff like that.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. When we come back, we'll take a look at more events for this week with your event report. I'm Jackie Harding, and this is your Northwest Event Report. Tuesday, March 28th at 7 p.m., the Northwest community is invited to write and present pieces on trailblazing women in labor, in business, and other topics of women in society. The event will be in the J.W. Jones Student Union Living Room. Thursday, March 30th at 8 p.m., Kappa Kappa Psi will be holding Music of the Night in the Olive Duluth Fine Arts Building. Also on Thursday, March 30th at 8 p.m., SAC will be having grocery bingo in the J.W. Student Union Ballroom. Students will have the chance to win free groceries. Friday, March 31st at 6 p.m., SAC will be holding laser tag in the Martindale Hall Gymnasium. Saturday, April 1st at 12 p.m., the men of Alpha Kappa Lambda will be holding their Backyard Bash fundraiser to raise money for the These Hands Don't Hurt organization. It costs $5 to get in and an additional $1 to put your hand on the promise wall to pledge to prevent domestic violence. Saturday, April 1st at 5 p.m., the Parnell Fire Protection District will be holding its annual hog roast. Donation is free at will. The event will be held at the American Legion building. That's all for your Northwest event report. Come back. We'll look into some national headlines. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Jackie Harding. A Missouri mother of 5 was killed in a car accident last week. However, her body was not found until days after the accident happened. Now her husband is questioning how police handled their investigation. Our CNN affiliate Lauren Posen reports.
I honestly hope that she did go quickly and she didn't have to sit out there and suffer, you know.
Ronnie Stubbs took us back to last Tuesday night, the last time he saw his wife and mother of his 5 children.
She was overwhelmed basically with the kids and all of the situation and stuff like that. She just overwhelmed, needed a break and stuff. So she was supposed to be headed to Kansas City.
Stubbs says he last heard from Gretchen Robertus by text Wednesday. On Friday, his sister-in-law filed a missing persons report.
The police came over here to ask me questions, you know, where she might have gone, where all that kind of stuff. They let me know the car was in an accident.
He says that's the first he heard of the fatal accident that occurred Wednesday. Police say a 2002 Hyundai struck a guardrail on a ramp from eastbound 44 to Lafayette Avenue. Rescuers went to the crash site but only found an empty car.
2 days later, it's my understanding it was a utility worker found our victim and called the police.
Police say the body was found in a difficult place.
I was told by one of the supervisors that you practically would have had to walk up on our victim's body to find her.
But Robertus' husband questions how police handled the investigation.
It seems like it's something that could happen. I just wish, you know, they would have searched better.
In St. Louis,
Hundreds of people from all over gathered to honor the lives of 2 of Hollywood's most famous stars. Actress Debbie Reynolds and her daughter, Carrie Fisher, died just 1 day apart in late December. Tina Patel reports from Hollywood, where family, friends, and fans paid tribute to the beloved duo.
I'm singing in the rain.
How do you pay tribute to 2 women who were not only larger than life on the screen, but larger than life in person? That's what Todd Fisher and his family have been thinking about since his sister and mother suddenly passed away in December.
You pay tribute by showing all the great home movies, all the pictures that Carrie and Debbie and I filmed.
I see your true colors.
You also fill the day with music and dance, then invite friends like Dan Aykroyd and Ruta Lee to share some of their favorite memories.
They filled their lives with great accomplishments and brought joy to people all across the world.
Fisher says he never saw his mother turn a fan away. She considered them to be part of her extended family, so he knew she'd want fans to be part of this celebration.
So here's a chance where we can all get together like family and have an event like family.
It's amazing that they're doing that for us. It really, really is. I know this takes a lot of effort, and I'm glad that they're letting us grieve with them.
Fans say this event made them appreciate the 2 ladies even more.
their talent, their giving nature, their personalities. They were just larger than life.
Fans say they don't want to say goodbye to these beloved actresses, but they are glad to still have the characters they left behind.
She just means so much to Star Wars fans. You're going to start to cry. But she really meant a lot to us.
I'm here to let you go.
A school in Iowa has been working with disabled students to compete in robotics competitions. Dave Fransman with our CNN affiliate has more.
Before you turn your robot loose in the tournament ring, you have to make sure it's ready to rumble.
Oh, beautiful.
And like the 50-plus other teams in the tournament, Team Dark Side had to pass inspection. The slogan on the back of the shirts, "May the Braille be with you," is a sure sign this team is different.
We can do it and we can pass it down to other visually impaired students. That's our goal.
3 members are totally blind, 3 others have limited vision, and 2 can see. Some jobs building a robot were harder than others.
Getting staples out of stuff, well, that was a horrible job. I almost hurt myself trying to get those staples out of the board, man.
This visually impaired team did a few things differently. Many of the components had labels in Braille, and in the competition itself, a student who can see will do the actual driving as the robot performs tasks to earn points. And while the visually impaired students got a little extra help to get here, they just want to compete like anyone else.
They have already gotten so much out of it. It's just amazing. Most of them had not touched most of those power tools. They had not touched a screwdriver or hammers.
The U.S.-born giant panda Bao Bao is now free to roam her new home in China after a month-long quarantine. Bao Bao has been adjusting to her new home at the China Conservation Center in Sichuan Province. She was born at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., and returned to China as part of an international agreement. Her handlers say she has had to adjust to some new foods and a new language. But she was assigned a keeper who speaks both English and Mandarin to make the transition easier. Bao Bao's debut was celebrated by local and U.S. officials as well as reporters and school children. She will share her new playground with her brother Tai Shan, who relocated to China in 2010. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. For more information on stories that matter to you, like us on Facebook at /Watch Channel 8 News or follow us on Twitter at KNWT 8 News. Cat Chat is up next. From all of us at Channel 8 News, I'm Jackie Harding. Have a good night.